All right, YouTube, I am back on owperks.com. I found out who the creator of this website was. It was Maxime. I follow him on Twitter now, or X, or whatever the stupid website is. That site sucks, by the way. But this site doesn't, OW Perks. It is a very nice site built by him, and he kind of takes all the perks in the game, and you can community vote which ones you prefer, and it'll like pool it all together to kind of see what the community likes to choose. I'm going to fill it out as I go through with these perks on the new season and get a good idea of player behavior choice, because this data isn't actually publicly available on like what perks are popular or not. It's just word of mouth, but this is just another resource to kind of see what you can do. And if you guys want to go on the site, owperks.com, link in the description, you can also vote and swing the votes a bit. There's a couple bits of feedback on the site, like hiding the percentage. So there's no like, what is it, herd mentality to also see, oh, this one's popular, I'm just going to click it. I think you should just vote honestly on what you choose. There are like situations where I would choose the other, but I'll kind of like say it out loud, but I'll just choose the one that I most likely would pick. I want to talk about Domina. She's my new favorite tank ever since the new release. Very strong. You have efficient design versus extended power. So as of today, they have nerfed the bug where if you threw the crystal charge onto an enemy Domina shield or any sort of non-player entity, you would heal a lot. And that justifies me picking efficient design way more than extended power. Not always, but this one has way more merit now. This is the one where you put the array down and you instantly start healing. This is good if you have a Jetpack Cat on your team, because that Jetpack Cat is not coming down to heal you because they're going to be doing their own things. If you have a low healing team, I would pick this. That being said, I have taken extended power quite a bit as well, and this seems to be the popular one by choice. This just changes it from 25 meters to 30 meters. This is a map by map basis. This is still very good, and this is also very good. These two are actually designed so well. Genuinely, a lot of situations where both of them are extremely viable, but just lately I've been taking efficient design. I found I don't really need the extra range because I end up shooting the tank in front of me in most cases, and the cat on the other team is so far away from me mostly that like I didn't really need the range in most scenarios. That's me. Next one, you have the major perk. You have disruptive detonation versus power move. I have been taking disruptive detonation most cases. The wall stun is nice, but like that's only they have to get up into your face. The wall stun does do 100% more damage on the stun portion. So instead of 40 on the boop and then 40 against the wall, it's 40 plus 80 on the wall, which is really good to burst enemies down, like especially squishies. But on that same vein, if I'm going to be pushing somebody, I'm usually comboing them with my disruptive detonation. And because it slows and it's a big AoE, they sit in that AoE longer and they take more damage as a result. So this solves the extra damage problem. You just get the bonus of the stun, but the stun situation comes up more situationally than always having a built-in slow on the crystal charge. So I also just take this one more often. D.Va. I haven't played D.Va on this new patch, but when I did, I always take extended boosters, not bunny power. Then for the major perk, the few times I did play her, it was always precision fusion. There's probably a lot of justification for shield system. If there's so many projectiles you got to eat, but that's just what I picked here. Doomfist, you have 1-2 or survival of the fittest. Definitely survival of the fittest. I'm a very bad Doom, so like I need to survive. I'm not like a snowbally offensive one. I just want to make sure I always have extra HP. Next one, power matrix, by far 85%. Just being able to eat any projectile, any sleep dart, super useful. Next, we have hazard, deep leap versus anarchic zeal. I actually like the anarchic zeal. If you take this, you take the other one with reconstitution pretty often. I know most people are taking the range plus the shooting burst damage for the thing, but I genuinely I think I tried this one time. So not a great sample size, but I was pleasantly surprised at how durable you can be, especially if I'm on the back foot. Maybe this is a case where if I'm playing hazard and I'm not already rolling the team, like if I'm rolling and steamrolling the team, deep leap and explosive impalement, sure, but like there's gonna be times where I'm just on the back foot and like I don't have an opening. They're playing so far spread that like just being here and being able to just AFK on point for a bit is pretty nice. Mostly on like flashpoint defense on certain control points. To just plant yourself here and wait for the right opportunity. Okay, next one, Junker Queen. I play a lot of Queen. I mostly take Rampant Charge, so I will vote for it. That being said, I have taken Battle Shout a decent amount of times as well, only if they're playing a tank that has no CC. If I play against Orisa, like you have to take Rampant Charge or else you get your Queen ult hindered. There is Mizuki now, and his chain can hinder you, so this is probably the right choice in most cases, but please assess the situation. If they literally have nothing that can disrupt your ult, you should just take Battle Shout. It's more It's stronger for your neutral game. Now for the major perk, I think the last time we did this, I used to pick Savage Satiation, but the last time I did the site, most people were voting for Willy Willy, and I started taking Willy Willy more often, and I'm still a big fan of this. The heal is whatever, because like I'm already like 100% more lifesteal, so you do heal a decent chunk on the hit, but a lot of times if I pull the squishy, I'm going for the kill. The heal is not as important as like knifing them, pulling them into the kill. So the Willy Willy makes me do 30 additional impact damage. That matters more when I'm pulling in the 250 HP hero. That random burst on the initial knife helps me secure kills more often. And if I whiff, like the AoE knife on the pullback hits like 4 targets, it's actually quite nice too. So I actually been enjoying Willy Willy way more than Savage Satiation. That being said, I took this one for like 90% of my queen hours, and then the last like 5 or 10 queen hours, I've been taking Willy Willy. Okay, Mauga. Kinetic Bandolier just got buffed. Oh wow, it actually says updated here. Very nice, where you now reload a lot faster on it. So that's kind of cool. They buffed it because everybody was taking Pyromaniac. I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually play Mauga. I don't think I've clicked a single game of Mauga, so maybe I should not vote for this. So I'm not gonna vote for it. I'll just show you that this one is good, and then Firewalker is the one I take as well. I would take as well. Overrun, igniting an enemy instantly. Good for comboing with Anran. So Orisa I have played, so let me vote for this one. Regenerate 100 health during Terra Surge. Most people don't take this because you're already super tanky. And I have taken Mobile Fortification, no movement speed reduction, no heat generation during Fortify to make that part of the gameplay a lot smoother. I like it. And then when I have played Orisa, I just take Protective Barrier. Last time here, I remember everybody takes the Charged Javelin. They fixed the animation on this recent patch, so it probably is a little bit better now, but I don't know. I found this one's just the safe crutch, so I just take Protective Barrier. That's me. Ramattra. I've not clicked a single game of Ramattra. I'm not going to vote for him here. So, but Void Surge is what everybody picks here, and Vengeful Vortex is what everybody picks here. A little note is that Alec Dawson, the associate game director, said that they're looking to probably add Ravenous Vortex like this as a base kit as part of RAM, where you can activate it again to like throw it down. No timeline yet, but that is something he said to me in the stream. Next, we have Reinhardt. Crusaders Resolve recently re-updated. Statistics may be incomplete because it's brand new. They removed the old boot perk, and now they have the old miner perk where if you hold the shield up, you start regenerating your HP faster. So I do think a lot of Rhines wanted this one back. I'm not voting for Ryan because I don't play the hero, but there you go. It says 100%. I think it's bugged. I don't think the stat is correct. Yeah, I would pick that one too. Major perk, Shield Slam versus Ignited Fury. There is Shield Slam tech in the Rhine mirror where you can actually bash people upwards and you can lift them up. So you can lift them up into your own shatter behind them. That's a cool Rhine tech. Ignited Fury is the other one. It seems like they're pretty close right now though. So there you go. Roadhog. I have played Roadhog on the perk system. I will also take Scrap Hook. I'm a bad Roadhog, so I'm not like ammo managing myself too well. So this is a crutch where if I empty my entire clip and I see the hook opportunity and I go for it, I get the free ammo right away to shoot them. I like this personally. That being said, I think if you're really smart and like Roadhog one trick, you probably take Shrapnel Launcher, just because like you can finesse the spacing correctly with the secondary fire, tighten the burst spread, and then one shot a lot of people. Next one is Invigorate versus Pulled Pork. Wow, this is surprising. I actually always take Pulled Pork. I'm very surprised that 85% of hogs take Invigorate, but I guess it makes sense in the case where you just reposition. 30% move speed is a lot, and Hog's biggest weakness after his hook is he's out in the open sometimes. He gets antied. Like being able to like rapidly run back behind cover does seem to be pretty smart on paper. I think my mind has shifted now. The herd mentality is working. Seeing this website and seeing how like maybe I'm playing a hog wrong is a little eye-opening for me. A mobile hog. You can also breather to get into a nice position for the hook. So, you know, that makes sense. Maybe I'm swapping soon. All right, next, Sigma. I play a lot of Sig now, so Hyper Regeneration is the go-to. Extra Experimental Barrier is amazing. That being said, Extra Accretion, I accidentally took it literally like yesterday when I was playing with Emong, and you guys know Emong. He has like 500 hours on Sigma. I'm like, do you ever take Kinetic Cycle? He's like, oh no, I hate that perk. I would trust his gut, so I just go Hyper Regeneration as well now. The major perk though, I actually swap between the two, I won't lie to you. Every 5 hits with the next melee is so good in certain matchups. Dude, booping back the Queen where she misses her axe, lifting them up into the air to get a perfect rock into a primary is so satisfying. I definitely take this more often, but if the game is ever in overtime and you know you get to reselect your perks when it's like after both teams attack and defend and you have overtime, you get to redo your perks. I sometimes take Levitation depending on the map if I need to like get onto certain high grounds. But that's about it. I do take Hyper Strike mostly. Levitation is map dependent. Okay, Winston, brand new perk here was Electric Charge. where you now gain a movement speed for each person he's damaging with Tesla Cannon up to 30%. This is amazing for chasing people. I think most Winstons should be taking this. I have not played him yet, so I'm not going to swing the votes. This is the new one. They got rid of the barrier toss. I don't think a lot of people took barrier toss anyways. And then more people here are taking revitalizing barrier, where it heals people inside. Wrecking ball, I'm not voting for it because I also don't play ball. But multi-ball is that new perk where you pop the mines and then you have a few seconds to deploy another set of mines. This is really good on your ultimate, but I actually, when I read this perk out loud during the live stream, some ball players, some ball mains in my chat were saying, sounds strong, but the mines are already so good that like you just take Steamroller to be more disruptive, because you're going to be rolling around for like the first 2 minutes without your ultimate, and just being able to impact the tank more often seems to be better overall. When you slam into mines, it's already like lethal in the most case, so the extra mines are just like extra icing on top that you don't need. Like you had enough calories, but you shouldn't have that extra piece of ice cream versus like eating a full course meal. That was probably a terrible analogy, but yeah, you know. The other one here is hang time versus adaptive barrier. Yeah, this one's amazing. Literally a shield to block you from anything is probably the best one. Now we have Zarya, spotter versus jump ups, a big split. I agree. I actually have been enjoying heroes with perks that are situational in the neutral game. A lot of these are ultimate only versus neutral. This is ultimate only versus neutral. This is neutral. This is neutral. Like this one is like ultimate buff versus neutral kit. I really like the choices like this, where spotter is really good to like give move speed and stuff to chase for like a Reaper teammate or for yourself, but then jump ups is really good on like King's Row or certain maps where you can get on certain spots. Nimbani first point. I do play a decent amount of Zarya. I'm actually pretty split on this that I don't even know what to vote, man. I actually take them both 50-50. It's so 50-50 I can't even vote it. I'll vote the second one. Energy Lance versus extra oomph. I should be taking extra oomph. People lining up for the Pierce Beam is too situational because you have to like mix in your secondary fires anyways. With the extra oomph right now, where dealing damage with your bubbles active gives you energy. There's a bug right now where like if you just flick between targets and go back and forth, you keep generating energy on every initial impact of the beam. You can also scroll wheel abuse it a little bit to get a little extra energy. So probably bugged. Abuse early, abuse often. No, don't bug abuse. I'm just letting you know. That's probably what you're running into if there's a Zarya that 100 energy all the time. Emre. I also take enhanced agility. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I just did my placements and it says I'm diamond right now, so. Enhanced agility for Emre is like the one I take mostly. Just being able to run out of spawn every time with this and reposition with it is really nice. I found that I don't really need the slow on the ultimate here because it's already pretty powerful. If I'm able to fire like 3 shots into a heavy, they're almost always dead. But this is a little redundant, if you will. So enhanced agility is my go-to here. I am very surprised 77% of people take sticky grenades. I actually don't like this. I think heatsink is insane. I've been taking this 90% of my games. I've tried it, but like being able to because it's sticky, you lose the bounce. There's so much Domina happening in the game right now that like if she shields, I can just toss it over, bounce it behind the wall and hit people behind. Like I just found the sticky kind of annoying. The damage is a lot better. It does like 150, but I feel like I lose a little effectiveness. Sticky is easier for grenade jumping, but most of the high ground I need to traverse is already attainable with just my my one pistol. You can, if you have sticky grenades, you can double rocket jump and go super high. But that's such an edge case that I just find that the heat sink allows you to blast people in your face nonstop because it refunds heat. You are able to spam the shit out of it in front of a tank and you will heal constantly because it's like what, 20 to 30 healing instantly, right? Oh my God. I forgot to turn off alerts. I just want to share the value of heat sink to people. I think this perk is, to me, a lot better. Maybe the community knows better than me, but I'm just saying, I think heatsink is you have to try this perk out. It's such a save. It saves you so much. You get dove by anybody in your face and you just constantly blast them as fast as you can and you won't run out of your heat and you just heal back to full. I think this is really good. Anran, Smolder versus Heat Shield. Smolder is definitely a big DPS button, but I played like 4 games of Anran. I liked Heat Shield because I liked like go for those big plays. But Smolder does make sense on paper simply because her lethality is a big question mark. She's not really killing people, and having the afterburn last a little longer is quite nice. That being said, I won't lie, I have been taking Heat Shield more than Smolder. I'll have to give it more time because I found even with Smolder, like The burn just lasts a little bit longer, but the burn per second isn't even that crazy. In an active team fight, they're already burning constantly, but I feel like it just being able to res into them full HP, or just like quickly press it in a pinch to just like get super tanky and go for the game-winning plays. That's why I pick Heat Shield. The next one, major perk, short fuse versus hungering blaze. Healing for that's surprising. I've been taking short fuse. I don't think people realize you hit 2 or 3 people, you can get 3 Inferno Rushes, or even 4, by just booping into them non-stop. You can ignite the same person twice with it if you loop around. If you hit one person, one Anran, and you loop around, you can catch them again on the tail end, and it's an instant burn. So the fact you can repeat this non-stop and be super hard to hit, then you're in trouble, then you press your Dancing Blaze, and you just go for it again. I think this is better, but that maybe I'm wrong. I love short fuse. 84% here for community choice is very surprising to me. These two are the biggest surprise to me, but again, these are new heroes, so maybe, you know, people are kind of figuring it out. All right, next we have Ashe, remote detonator versus double barrel. This is probably bugged because of the new choice, 100% to 0. I'm a big fan of the remote detonation plus the Viper Sting, but double barrel seems quite nice. If you knock them back, you have a second coach gun. I think this is better in most cases if you are not getting threatened by anybody. If they have a Winston, Doom, Tracer, Genji, then you should always take double barrel because your survivability becomes way more important than anything else. This is your DPS option, assuming they're not playing dive and the meta is a bit slowed down because everybody is playing Domina right now. You could probably get away with remote detonator. A Viper Sting I pick almost every time. I have tried the remote detonator plus air burst, but extra damage is nice on Viper Sting. Next, Bastion. I have played Bastion. What do we have? Artillery grants 300 overhealth. Nah, we don't need that. Configuration reload to get a grenade, swap into a second grenade is too lethal to not take, so going into that one. Rapid self-heal versus the Lindholm explosives. I do think if you have resources, you literally have a team built around you to save your ass, you can take Lindholm explosives, but self-repair is just a safer choice all around. Cassidy, yeah, I just take Bang Bang. Regenerate 30 health per second for Deadeye. Everybody already leaves. This turns your Deadeye into a heal button. Double flashbang, more useful. Does less damage, but you get an extra CC and it travels further for more range on the hinder. And then for the major perk here, Silver Bullet versus the new Rollin' Round. It's a bugged vote, but I still think Silver Bullet is good if you are getting resources. You're not really worried about dying so much. Cassidy is quite durable, but combat roll being able to heal is actually a really good into like Winston or Doom and stuff sometimes too, to be fair. Because when they jump you, you might take some damage, and if you just empty your Fan the Hammer round and then roll instantly, you will heal like 70 HP, which can turn it really hard on certain matchups. Silver Bullet is probably safer in most matchups, but there is some good value in rolling up round. This is actually a good perk here, I won't lie. I'm gonna take Silver Bullet for now. This is your more well-rounded option, but again, situationally, this is good. Focus Rush versus Partial Scan. Partial Scan. Being ready to get your ultimate right off the rip is so game-changing, it's too powerful. Next, Full Salvo, easy. Fires more projectiles, more lethality, very good. You don't really need the flight reset. Moving on, we have Freja. So we had some shifts to her perks here. Direct hit, refund 8 versus quick dash distance. When I played Freja, when this used to be on the major perk, I actually took this more often. It's a minor now because I think Freja, because she doesn't have the lethality on the take aim because it got nerfed a bit, I like spamming my shots in between a lot. Really good into heroes with no shield, or even if they have like a 6 shield, just being able to spam non-stop while you look for opportunities for take aim is quite nice to contribute to shield damage. So there, we take that one. This is new as well, but I actually didn't like aerial recovery in the old patch. I think I would probably take Rising Winds. A second updraft is insane. Although if I do take the second updraft, having extra distance would be quite nice to complement it. But all in all, having 2 more options for movement is never a bad thing. So we'll go there. Genji. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really played Genji with the perk system, so I'm not going to vote, but more people are taking Dragon Blade, Lifesteal. I've been a victim of a Genji where I'm like, oh my god, he's 1, and then he slashes me once, and then he was nanoed, and then he just healed like an insane amount. So yeah, I think that's probably more popular. It makes sense here. Blade twisting, Swift Strike deals more damage, helps with lethality and you know, getting your resets, so that makes sense. Okay, Hanzo, Sonic Disruption. Hacking the health packs seems to be really popular these days, especially because we have the new sub roles where like certain flankers have to like take health packs. This can just ruin it for them. So a Sonic Disruption, I like it. Obviously, reducing the lunge cooldown Arrow hits reduce the value of lunge by 1 second based on charge. This doesn't even seem right, because right now his sub roll passive makes it so every time he headshots somebody, he basically gets his lunge back. Is this actually what Dragon's Fury does? Yeah, you don't really need it with a sub roll passive. Who cares? Frost Arrow. This one seems sick. Being able to CC slow people, you don't even need to hit the person. You get the AoE slow, and any sort of slow is so damn good. So Dragon's Fury just gives 20% as a bonus. I thought it was attack speed. Maybe I shouldn't have voted for this because like I don't actually have a good say for it. Oh, I wish I could unvote. I have not played Junkrat, so I'm not gonna vote. But Nitro Boost is slightly more popular in Mine Recycling, and 91% of people are taking Frag Cannon. Next, we have Mei. Glacial Propulsion is amazing for repositioning. Creating that ice pillar get you back on high ground without wasting your wall. So good. Major perk, Deep Freeze to get the the stun on them again. Super solid. Yeah, the description is incorrect. Dragon's Fury increases attack speed by 20%. Yeah, that's what I thought, right? I knew I wasn't going crazy. I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Okay, so yeah, to confirm, backtracking, Dragon's Fury just changes attack speed by 20%. So I wouldn't vote for it anyways. I would just take Sonic Disruption regardless, but we just gotta update that next time. We have Pharah. I have not played Pharah, but she does have Rocket Salvo now. That's crazy. This is crazy DPS, I will say. So Helix Shields is more popular. Right now, this isn't correct because of the data, but Rocket Salvo is the one where you have the 120 rocket plus 40 spiraling on each side. So each rocket does 200 after every movement ability. So shoot with the Rocket Salvo, shoot, then dash, shoot again, and it's big burst. Very good. That being said, like I'm not a Pharah player, so maybe you do need the extra fuel for maneuvering around the map. I honestly have no input on this. Any Pharah players, let me know which one you like. Next, we have Reaper, Lingering Wraith. Very good. Leaving Wraith form gives you more movement speed to get you around. The Soul Globes is a little redundant because you already lifesteal so much that like after you get a kill, you're already pretty healthy, I would say, in the duel. Or if you're 1v1ing, the heal is a bit like whatever because no one's coming to help. So Lingering Wraith, more popular and very good. Shadow Step cast time and cooldown are faster, but the range is reduced. So they actually nerfed Shadow Step this patch where it doesn't cleanse anymore. That being said, being able to get to the place faster is kind of solid. A lot of people haven't been taking dire triggers because if you long range people from afar, you give away your position in a lot of cases that by the time you reach them, they've already reacted to it. I think maybe if you have no chance to flank at all and you're stuck shooting tanks, then maybe you take dire triggers. But I think every time I played Reaper, I have taken Shadow Blink. So there you go. Next, Sojourn. Railgun over 50 while Overclock is active versus Disruptor Shot slow. This is a pretty good split here. Railgun being 150 on the ult makes it super fucking strong. I won't lie to you, but I think because I'm a bad Sojourn, I take this because depending on the map, of course, a small choke with an AoE slow on the Disruptor Shot is so nice. I've also been a victim of Sojourn just firing this ability on certain skins, and sometimes I can't tell I'm taking damage in it. There's something about it that I feel like that changed. Maybe my character is not like getting shocked as much or something. For some reason, my brain is not registering that I'm sitting in big deceleration Disruptor Shot field. I don't know why. Dual thrusters for sure. Double movement is so good. You build enough energy depending on the matchup. If they play like Roadhog, Orisa, I don't really need friction generators. Dual thrusters is just so safe. All right, so this is new, the Soldier perk. Helix rocket projectile speed increased by, I think it's actually 80%. This might be outdated as well. This needs to be updated. Wait, no, this might be, no, maybe it was 50%, excuse me. And then 80% here for tactical visor. And the addition of the choice, they updated it where the salvo also makes it so the Helix doesn't interrupt your primary fire at all. This makes your visor like really good. This is probably the best combo with Jetpack Cat right now. With that being said, against a Jetpack Cat, having your Helix fire way faster, especially on moving targets, is quite nice though. I have not experimented with either of these. I've only been playing Emre, so I'm not gonna vote. And then Stimpack versus agility training. Wow. I think when I did play Soldier pre-patch, I only took Stimpack. I've never clicked this, but it seems more people are picking agility training lately. I'll vote for this, because amongst these two, I'd still take Stimpack. Sombra. Encrypted upload versus control alt escape. Hack can be used while invisible. I don't play Sombra, so I'm not voting here, but more people are taking control alt escape. So while you throw your stuff in the air, you instantly start healing versus the new one. They got rid of healthy hacker, I think. Hacked health packs now give an ally 25% increased move speed and 50 over health. This actually might be pretty solid because you have the flanker sub role now. This could be really good if you play Sombra with an Anran, a Tracer, or even a Wrecking Ball on your team. Playing this with Ball might be kind of cracked. You can also take it yourself as a Sombra, by the way. It says allied, but like you yourself can take it. When I play against Sombras, I don't really see the virus spread very often. I think most Sombras are taking the healthy hacker previously, and on this patch, I maybe played against 2 or 3 Sombras in the last 2 days. It's probably this one. Next, we have Symmetra, almost done here. Extra Sentry versus Photon range by 20%. Yeah, a lot of people like the range. This is very similar to Domina's one, right? But I don't actually pick the other one for Domina. It's interesting. And more people take Shield Battery, where the Symmetra regens shields when you play with the teleporter back and forth. That being said, I have seen Hovering Barrier in some matchups, but this is probably the safer one. Torbjorn, this is the new one. Move faster while Hammer is equipped, similar to Emre, but I think Molten Core getting another free overload is really nice too. I like that one. And then Anchor Bolts. We have Chronal Dash, where blink distance is now increased by 20%. Versus Melee for ammo. I've not tried this perk yet, so I'm not gonna vote. Tracer players, let me know which ones you like here. And then we have Blink Packs versus Quantum Enlightenment. Isn't this different now? Oh, it is correct. Oh, Blink Packs was the minor, got moved to major, and then they replaced the empty slot with Chronal Dash. Okay, that's correct then. So the power of the previous minor got moved to a major? Damn. I think Quantum Entanglement is probably the one you take, no? Unless the map specifically has a lot of health packs. Maybe you're playing with a Sombra that has the high speed, whatever, bandwidth one. It's probably Quantum Entanglement, but who knows? I don't play Tracer. Okay, next. This is different now. Vendetta, Extra Edge. You can now fire 4 extra edges versus having lifesteal on the overhead. I mean, I have no I have no skin in the game here because I don't play Vendetta, but I feel like I would still take Siphoning Strike, maybe. Survivability is like what you want, no? And then finally Relentless got moved here, so now you can just stack it versus the spin. Ooh, this one's tough. I don't actually know which one I would take. They both seem pretty good. I'll defer to the Vendetta players in chat. Lifesteal plus 8 stacks is so good. Also, one thing to consider is having extra projected edges, like the projectiles, means you can stack your Relentless more if you have this perk. So if you, this in the combo is quite nice too. Well, also this combos with Siphoning Strike because you're overheading more often with the movements. Never mind. They're both good with Relentless. You probably take Relentless over Raging Storm mostly then. Everybody here is also saying take Relentless. So finally we have Venture, Deep Burrow versus Excavation Exhilaration. Yeah, this one's fucking insane, by the way. This was OWCS. I was put on when I watched the end of last OWCS, when I watched the pros play Venture, and they were just chucking non-stop drill dashes when this ult was active, because you can hold the ult without firing for a bit and you just have so much map control and so much presence with it. And then Smart Extender for more range. Yep, you're very rarely up in their face to melee. You want to get out. Okay, and now we have Widowmaker, Scope Deficiency versus Sniper's Instinct. So this will now combo with Widow's Bite a lot better now. Obviously, be more efficient with your shots with shorter ammo, but I actually think I would take Sniper's Instinct and Widow's Bite, simply because charging your shots faster after grappling and then having your scope shots now charged to 125%, super good. I don't know anybody who takes Seeker Mines right now. All right, now we're on to the supports. Mizuki. A lot of people have been asking me what to take here. I played a decent amount of Mizuki since he came out, and I think people here are gonna have very mixed opinions. This vote may not represent the Mizuki community very well, but I have mostly been taking Wellspring. The healing goes from 5 HP per second to 20 if you're maxed. I would only take Exposed Soul if I'm playing against Ball, Doom, Tracer, Genji. Just dive. Because it's not like if you root them, your teammates do more damage. It's only you. And if I root a squishy, I can usually just like kill them, or I just do it to like build up some aura charge and then teleport back. Exposed Soul is like you have to hit the skill shot too. So it's like situations where it really matters is against Wrecking Ball and Doom and Winston. Anybody who gets on my backline, just rooting them and just dishing out some extra DPS is quite nice. Don't get me wrong, but Wellspring is a more generic one to keep your aura super high. That being said, again, just take it situationally. Now the next one, Resonate Return versus Quickstep. I actually take Resonate Return. The extra bounce is quite nice, and each bounce is now like a little bit better on the heals. This is to improve my output. Because Jetpack Cat and Mizuki are hot new heroes, and all my Jetpack Cats are off the map and like doing random shit and not healing the team, I feel like right now I'm forced to take Resonate Return to have extra healing. That being said, I think Quickstep is not bad. Being able to speed up your team, especially in Brawl, and I think he excels in Brawl comps, but you're stuck using a cooldown, which you would like to use as an escape to kind of move forward. All in all though, Resonate Return is easier to do though. You don't have to think. It's just always gonna be like bouncing an extra time for you, so it's quite nice. Anyways, those are the ones I've been taking lately. This may change as I play with more Mizuki, but we'll see. Jetpack Cat. Claws out territorial by far. I don't know why, but I was playing with, you know, like Lance and Emong and Sanmas. They all like the headbutt more. Some of them like transport shielding. I think Claws Out is too strong. It makes Cat incredible with like getting in and just killing people. And then Territorial is like an insane 1v1 button. This makes your aura go from 50 damage to 150 damage, and you're healing at the same time. You 1v1 anybody in the game with this. Headbutt is like, it's fun to boop them off the map, but sometimes like you just try to speed up and like boop somebody, but then you don't have enough speed. Then you just awkwardly clonk into them without actually booping them, and then you're in a bad spot. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Headbutt, but these two are like my go-tos every time. So yeah, that's my Jetpack Cat. Ana, Speed Serum is what I mostly pick. The synergy from Nano is too game-changing to not choose for the most part. Having movement speed for yourself too is crazy. If I only gave move speed to my target and not me, I would actually not take this as often. That being said, Groggy is quite nice for the extra damage when they wake up, and really good against Ball and Doom, especially Ball because he can't fireball after he wakes up because he's too slowed for an extra few seconds. And the damage is nice if you sleep a squishy and you don't have enough time to build a major perk to get extra damage to like shoot and nade and kill them fast enough. For the major perks though, I mostly take Headhunter these days. Biotic Bounce is okay into like when you're in trouble and you need the extra bounce on the heal for yourself. This is like a I'm in trouble and no one's peeling for me button against Winston, Doom, Ball, etc. But Headhunter, the potential to just kill someone is crazy just across the map. Even if it only hits like once or twice, 3 times in a round, like you literally win the team fight by just like sniping somebody and they have to like wait for the spawn. You literally win for like 30 seconds to a minute off the clock by just like randomly critting somebody. I think this is too good. And also if you sleep a Genji in front of your face, like being able to just walk up, headshot him with the unscoped shot into the nade melee is like plenty to kill him. Next, we have Baptiste's Expanded Field. His lamp is so big on this. I actually took this. I think it's pretty good. A regen burst giving you attack speed is nice, but a lot of times when I'm regen bursting, I'm trying to heal them really quickly for the AoE. The attack speed would help like you fire maybe 1 extra grenade in the time it would take, because it's 20% increased attack speed. You would need 5. It turns when you would normally shoot out 4 heals or 5 heals would turn it into 4 heals. That makes sense because you're just a little bit faster. You can also weave in your attacks in between. Like Assault Burst is fine. It's pretty good too, but like I think Big Lamp is crazy. You can put it way further behind cover to save yourself. This affects your fire rate for both healing and damage, so it's not bad, exactly. Then the next one, Automated Healing versus Rocket Boots. I'm kind of sad they moved the stuff around because Automated Healing was so nice, and Rocket Boots is actually really nice as well. These are both fantastic major perks, by the way. I will take Automatic Healing if I have flankers on my team where I can't heal them reliably, or my other support is a Jetpack Cat, because this would just randomly just fire and heal my cat randomly because it has a crazy range and it restores 40 health now instead of 25. It's quite nice. Rocket Boots is like really good though against like Sigma, Orisa. You can literally escape their ultimates. Repositioning. This is also a I'm honestly pretty split on these. Both really good. Brig. I'm gonna be honest, I have not clicked Brig at all in a long time, so I'm not gonna vote, but everybody here takes Morale Boost. And everybody here takes Inspiring Strike. Illari, I do take Summer Solstice pretty damn often. Extra flight speed is crazy when I pop my ult. When I pop my Taste the Sunrise, I can just wait in the skybox for a little bit and pick my spots. And then even after the fact, after I fire it, I have crazy map control with it. And it just like builds really fast too, so it's really nice. And then here, you have Sunburn versus the heal. They buffed this heal now where it is just on a cooldown. It doesn't take resource. I would actually take this in 6v6 open queue Illari. AoE 100 healing is quite nice, but I think Sunburn is just so good. You can burn people as well for like your Anran to get full crit too. So I think this one's too good to not take. Juno, I usually play a very safe Juno. So I am usually taking Familiar Vitals with the continual blaster and the faster blaster. But I have been put on the idea of doing the enemy one plus triple jump because the triple jump gives you crazy angles to go for offensive torpedoes. But I'm not a Juno player. I will only play Juno if my team really wants a speed boost, and I also don't play Lucio. So this is like my fine. I'll play the speed for my Reinhardt who's bitching. And then because of that, like maybe I'm just not confident in my Juno play, so I'll just play the safer version of her. Next, we have Urgent Care versus Fortune Teller. It says updated, but like Urgent Care, I don't really think you need anymore. I usually take Fortune Teller now because Urgent Care makes it so the projectile speed is faster when seeking allies below half health. They just buffed her healing Ofuda projectile speed by like 50% or something crazy like that already. I think it went from like 18 meters per second to like 24 meters per second. So I think this one's better. And then Foxtrot gives movement speed versus Swift Step granting attack speed. Swift Step also no longer cleanses. So this is like good if you can TP in and go aggressive. But if I'm ever TPing into a teammate, I'm probably doing it to save their ass. And the attack speed is not as necessary for me. So I think Foxtrot is my go-to choice here, even though it's nerfed. Next, we have Lifeweaver. Allies healed while standing on the pedal now instead of attack speed versus your rejuvenating dash distance. Wow, a lot of people are going for the dash distance. I've not played Lifeweaver's new perks, so I don't have a say on this, but more people are picking dashing escape. This one is incorrect, but Sow the Seed actually isn't like it's like an okay perk, right? Quick melee now lets you just chuck a seed on cooldown where people can just randomly pick it up for like a big boost in health. That seems pretty good, especially if you're already a passive Lifeweaver. It's really hard to detonate the Super Bloom if they're playing a lot of shields, right? Like you need to be able to land a lot for it to pop. And like if you're already playing that kind of aggressive, like they don't really have the setup to deal with you, I guess, in that case. That would make sense there. But yeah, Sow the Seed, I'd probably take this. Try it out, guys. Let me know, Lifeweaver players, what you guys think. Okay, next we have Lucio. No skin in the game here, but it seems like more people are picking Soundwave Rider, and then a lot more people are picking Noise Violation. I also have not played Mercy, but more people are taking Divine Momentum for the B hopping, or sorry, the GA canceling, Guardian Angel canceling. And then wow, Flash Heal is really popular here. A little burst heal makes it super obnoxious to kill someone that Mercy is pocketing. Not taking chain boost because a lot of teammates are not standing close enough to benefit from the double damage boost because they would have to be clumped together and they're not taking two separate angles. So I can see why people are not taking chain boost. And then we have Moira's as well. I'm not gonna lie, I don't play Moira, so I'm not gonna vote here. Ethical Nourishment, instant 30 healing on it is quite nice in a pinch versus pure damage or pure healing Coalescence. I think the Coalescence is already so damn strong, whether you shoot teammates or enemies, that like you don't really need the extra oomph on it, you know? So Ethical Nourishment is great in the neutral, heal them as you need. And then we have Reversal, which is reversing Biotic Orb direction. Nah, you just fire it and forget about it. Don't worry, that's just too much thinking for Moira players. We don't want to think about that. Phantom Step though, a longer fade plus jump height to get into reposition. You know, I think that's good. Okay, Wu Yang. I play a lot of Wu Yang. Balance all the time. Dealing damage with water orbs increases the passive healing by 30%. So this got nerfed because the passive healing used to be like 25 HP per second. Now it's at 20 HP per second. They just did that and they made the active beam stronger. So 30% of 20 is not that much. Honestly, the nerf recently might justify me picking the other one now, but I'm just gonna tell you, I've mostly been taking balance throughout all of Wu Yang's life. But Overflow has more indirect buffs this season simply because this got nerfed because they nerfed Restorative Stream. It's passive healing. So honestly, I might experiment with Overflow a bit more. So don't take my vote with too much. Don't take this community voting with too much weight right now. It's too early to tell. Ebb and Flow versus Falling Rain. In 5v5, I mostly take Falling Rain, but I've been convinced when I play 6v6 open queue, I always take Ebb and Flow now. It just naturally has more baseline value because it's just extra targets on both your team and the enemy. So 6v6, this is the go-to, but I do think Falling Rain is too powerful in 5v5 with randomly bursting people with a lot of damage, bursting the random tracer, bursting or just a target, picking apart their single tank. This is easier value. Zenyatta, I think I would just take this one. The double jump to hover is like only to reposition on like Lijiang Tower Bridge or something. Sometimes the cross high ground first point Nambani maybe, but like now that you can lifesteal against people with Discord Orb, this saves your ass. In a 1v1 Tracer Genji up in your face, Anran in your face, being able to heal back 20 to 30, 40 HP in a pinch, pretty good. That could be the difference. There's a lot of times like Tracers try to one clip you and then they like barely get just enough. And the fact if you just hit the Tracer one time, I probably take that. I actually take Focus Destruction way more than Dual Harmony, by the way. I'm surprised this one has such a high vote. Oh no, I messed up. Sorry, I take Dual Harmony more often than Focus Destruction. I'm supposed to vote for the other one. The secondary fire one, like I know it charges faster and you can store it more. I'm sure this one has its weight, but I take Double Harmony because like there's so much mobile heroes right now. Jetpack Cats, Anrans, Tracers, like having two of them, even though they don't heal a lot because it's 70%, it's not 70% less effectiveness, it's just 70% of the healing. So it's still pretty decent and you have two of them. What's Zenyatta's orb? Isn't it like 40 HP per second? So like 70% of 40 is like 28 HP times 2. Like 28 HP per second is more than a Mizuki aura. It's more than a Mizuki aura because Mizuki's aura at full aura is like 20. Oh, it's 35. So what's 70% of 35? Still, maybe like 20, 25, something like that. I can't do quick math like that. That being said, it's still stronger than a Lucio Aura, and it's for mobile heroes on your team to make use of. So I'm a big fan of Dual Harmony. It's about 24.5. Thank you for the quick math. Ignore my vote. I actually meant to vote for Dual Harmony. Okay, and that's it for OW Perks. Very good website. You guys can vote on it too and swing the votes. Be honest though, and if you don't play the hero, maybe don't vote for it as well. I think the owner or the creator, Max, has been adding new things to kind of update it. Give him some feedback. I think he watched the video the last time we did this. Any feedback on the website to make it a bit easier to read, things to change. Seems like he's trying to do a perk evolution and voting patterns. Anything else? I think he's just, yeah, building a website. Developers are cool, man. I don't know how to do this stuff, so much smarter than me. Thanks for listening, and let's get back to the game.